It was June 3rd, 2022 in Hapeville, Georgia, when a stolen Ford Mustang triggered a LoJack alert near Virginia Avenue. Troopers quickly moved in and spotted the car, but the moment emergency lights flipped on, the driver, later identified as Dexter Lamar Williams, chose to run.
Harrison, he's going to go south on Harrison. Continuing eastbound Virginia at Bobby Brown, Bobby Harris, right there, coming up on the road. And interloop, back to 485, eastbound, left turn, eastbound, 485.
The pursuit tore through city streets. Williams ignored traffic lights, weaving recklessly, nearly colliding with innocent drivers as he pushed the Mustang to its limit. Every turn, every intersection raised the stakes. As the chase thundered down North Inner Loop Road toward Grant Parkway, a trooper made his move.
Directly in front of the runways now, the airport interloop, just on out facing the wrong way on interloop. Trying to drive, starting to hit.
Get your hand up! Get your hand! Hey, back your car! Back your car! Back your car! They got you!
Troopers swarmed the wrecked Mustang and conducted a felony stop. Williams finally surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. He later admitted he'd probably never drive this car again in his life, and that was the reason why he stole it and then later fled. But he claimed he enjoyed it while it lasted. Another stolen car recovered, another fugitive caught, and another hard lesson learned. Running from the Georgia State Patrol never ends well. It was August 20th, 2024, on Interstate 10 in Florida Panhandle. What began as an Alabama pursuit carried right across the state line into Florida. A gold Chevrolet Malibu was reported fleeing at high speed, weaving through traffic. Alabama troopers had been ordered to cancel, but the danger was far from over. Just past the 6-mile marker, a Florida Highway Patrol K-9 unit spotted the Malibu still barreling eastbound. With lights and sirens on, the trooper closed in, and the driver made her choice. She hit the gas and fled.
Yeah, I'm behind it. Remember King, Tulu, hey Charles. Eastbound, mile marker 7. Speeds 117, Palisades 90. I'll set up for a pit when I get out of traffic.
Eastbound.
Speeds 122. Alright, dude, I'll call you back.
34 shot, there's a light here.
Speeds soared to 120 miles per hour in a 70 zone. The suspect swerved through an active construction zone, barely missing workers and nearly colliding with a deputy's parked cruiser. Her reckless run was endangering everyone on the road.
No, we're not. Watch that deputy.
The 29. 1056 asking if you want their helos.
Yeah, get it up. Sorry, as soon as I get this run right here.
I'm sure that is what's going. 1054 is me. We're gonna let. Coming up on 12. Copy 10.
At the 11-mile marker, with traffic finally clear, the trooper made his move. The suspect was pulled from the wreck, placed in handcuffs, and escorted straight to the back seat of the patrol cruiser. And that's when the in-car cameras caught what happened next. From the back of the cruiser, Angelina Marie Stillwell didn't stay quiet.
Pretty proud of myself. That was the most fun I've ever had. Ever, I swear to God. GTA for real, like what the Oh, I'm finna crash out, y'all. This is my crashing out. I'm crashing the out. Who does that just willingly, y'all? Chat, this crazy. Malibu's hold up very well. That was quite the crash.
A records check revealed she had never held a valid driver's license. Stillwell was arrested and charged with fleeing and eluding at high speed, driving with no valid driver's license, closing note, a reckless chase across state lines, an unlicensed driver behind the wheel, and a dangerous run that could have cost lives. On August 22, 2024, Florida Highway Patrol troopers were alerted to a bolo out of Seminole County. The vehicle was wanted in connection with an occupied burglary, and troopers quickly moved in to intercept. Behind the wheel was Johnny Jabbar Talton, and when troopers tried to stop him, he chose the worst option possible. The chase that followed was reckless and dangerous.
Dispatch to Seminole County, I have a trooper directly behind the vehicle. Are you lighting it up?
I'm 1031.
Last person who said 10-9 traffic.
1031 and just try to ram a vehicle.
I copy that. You're 1031. Did you say you had rammed into a vehicle?
Yeah, attempted to ram a Hummer.
Last person, if you can update your 1020 with me. It looks like you're passing the 90 right there.
Yeah, that's 10-4.
How's speed and traffic conditions?
Traffic is light.
As he fled, Talton made a dangerous move. He tried to ram a truck to push his way through traffic. But what he didn't know was that the truck was actually an undercover cop. And right beside that truck was another undercover cop. With troopers closing in from behind, Johnny had just boxed himself into the worst situation possible.
What's your current 1020?
I'm gonna be. Looks like this is the 95.
Copy vehicles pulling over onto the right shoulder or driving on the right? Copy vehicle driving on the right shoulder.
3260, advise a reason for the
458.
We're passing the 93, still going westbound. Light traffic is starting to light up.
Copy 110 at the 93 west.
He's coming up on the right shoulder. He's getting up.
What is the speed at this time?
Going about 50. He's going into the Twin Peaks parking lot.
Talton showed no signs of slowing down. Every move he made was reckless, swerving, smashing into cars, and treating the highway like his own personal demolition derby. It was clear he wasn't thinking about stopping, not for anyone. Each impact raised the stakes higher, turning the road into chaos.
Going westbound on the eastbound lanes, confirming.
54, he's correcting himself.
54, still correct.
Signal 14, we're coming up to Maple Street. Alright, we're going back eastbound.
Copy, southbound 430. And there's traffic. Copy, moderate.
All the suspects in the vehicle.
The trooper wasn't holding back anymore. Trooper attempted multiple pit attempts, but each time the suspect fought to keep control, pushing forward like he was untouchable. But this time was different. As the trooper closed the gap once again, there was no hesitation and no mercy.
Was it Shader Road? Copy, pit maneuver.
The final pit maneuver did the job. The suspect's vehicle spun out, tires screeching until it came to a dead stop. With weapons drawn, troopers gave clear commands, and this time Johnny knew it was over. He stepped out slowly, hands in the air, and surrendered without a fight. He was arrested on the spot and taken into custody. The charges stacked against him: hit and run, reckless driving causing damage, aggravated fleeing with injury or damage, and high-speed fleeing to elude with disregard for safety. On September 15, 2025, in Pulaski County, Arkansas, it all started as a simple traffic stop. A white passenger car pulled onto Interstate 430 from Interstate 630, clocked at 80 miles an hour in a 55 zone. The trooper lit him up. At first it looked routine. The car even pulled over to the shoulder near the 7-mile marker. But the moment the trooper stepped out, everything changed. The driver, 32-year-old Willie Wright Jr., hit the gas and launched into a full-on pursuit.
Making a left, he just hit the retaining wall. He's still going.
Speeds hit 130 to 135 miles per hour as Wright weaved through traffic, blacked out his lights, and roared across the river bridge. Every move was reckless, cutting through cars, passing on shoulders, running red lights.
Traffic line, still blacked out.
Hard TVI spun the car off the road, flipping it onto its driver's side and into a tree. But then the trooper came to a shocking discovery. As the trooper rushed forward, he heard children crying inside the wreck. Wright clutched an infant in his arms and refused to hand the baby over while a toddler cried from the back seat. Backup arrived, and after tense moments, Wright finally gave up the children. Both were turned over to EMS for treatment. Miraculously, they were not seriously hurt. Wright was taken into custody at gunpoint. He refused both a breath test and a urine test. With the odor of alcohol still strong on his person, he was transported for medical clearance and then booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center. Chaos hit Coeur d'Alene when 37-year-old Daniel Stinson pistol-whipped a man, stole his SUV at gunpoint, and within hours opened fire in Midtown. One man was dead, another wounded, and troopers scrambled to stop him before more lives were lost. Investigators say Stinson first stole a Ford Explorer, then drove to 3rd and Roosevelt, where Noah Peterson was fatally shot, and another man was injured. Minutes later, troopers spotted the stolen SUV on Interstate 90. Stinson pushed speeds over 80 miles an hour down Highway 97, even as shots rang out.
Southbound, driving on Miller Road. 85 miles per hour. He just passed a white SUV on a blank corner, double yellow.
Control 2340 KX, around your trooper on pursuit.
46, when 502 gets behind me and take over, call him, flip no, I can't flip my radio, switch to 1 key reach, take an eye on the vehicle.
Confirm, just try and keep it as safe as possible. There's not much you can do on this road.
I'm feeling he's going to come to a rough stop and get out and start doing whatever when he gets out.
The suspect kept pushing recklessly through the curves, and an accident felt inevitable. That's when the trooper made his move, shifting gears and setting up for a pit. But this time, the maneuver didn't go as planned.
Heavy.
Roger, 2 pit.
Vehicles are good.
Roger, 2 pit. Okay. Shots fired! Shots fired!
The Explorer rolled violently onto its roof along the Lakeside Highway. Stinson was pulled from the wreckage in handcuffs. The chaos finally brought to an end. Daniel Stinson sits in jail on a $1 million bond, facing charges for robbery, assault, and fleeing. But the homicide investigation continues, with one man dead, another injured, and an entire community shaken. One thing is certain: what began as a carjacking ended in tragedy, destruction, and a haunting reminder of how quickly violence can spiral out of control. On October 8, 2023, Trooper Ronald Elkins was on routine patrol when he spotted a Mercury Grand Marquis swerving recklessly on the roadway. Elkins activated his lights, expecting a simple stop. The driver pulled into a parking lot, like he was ready to comply. But then, without warning, he stomped the gas. Tires screeched, and what should have been a traffic stop instantly became a high-speed chase. As the Mercury Grand Marquis barreled down the street, the driver suddenly tried to make a sharp left turn, but he didn't slow down. The heavy sedan swung wide, tires screeching, and in that split second, Trooper Elkins closed the gap. That mistake sealed the suspect's fate. Now the trooper was locked in right behind him, ready to strike. With the suspect wide in the turn, Trooper Elkins lined up and executed a perfect pit. The Mercury spun violently off the pavement and launched straight into a roadside ditch, landing with a splash as water sprayed into the night air. The driver bailed out immediately, scrambling on foot through the mud and brush, but Trooper Elkins held his ground, keeping control of the scene while backup units rushed in. The perimeter closed tight. By the end of the day, the reckless driver was tracked down, arrested, and taken into custody. His desperate run had ended in handcuffs. On October 8, 2024, in York, Arkansas, what began as a simple tag check outside a small cafe quickly turned into a full-blown pursuit. A white Ford Expedition with the wrong plate, a driver refusing to stop, and a trooper determined not to let him get away. As the suspect tore north on Highway 25, he swerved into oncoming traffic. The trooper lined up for a TVI, one pit. The SUV spun, but recovered. But the trooper wasn't about to stop after that one. On the third strike, the expedition was forced into a roadside ditch, plowing through a yard before the suspect bailed out and ran. But there was nowhere to hide. After 200 yards on foot, he was taken down in a field and placed under arrest. The suspect was identified as Adam Brackett, found carrying meth and driving on a suspended license with fake tags, no insurance, and a long list of charges waiting. Another pursuit ended, another lesson learned the hard way. Running from Arkansas state troopers never ends well. On September 17, 2024, in Broward County, Florida, Trooper Gary A. spots a black Lincoln with expired tags. What started as a simple traffic stop would turn into a dangerous pursuit, one that put countless drivers at risk. When the trooper hit the lights, the Lincoln took off, swerving across lanes, nearly colliding with cars, and blasting through a red light. The suspect, later identified as 38-year-old Vintoya Woodard, pushed her way onto Interstate 95 southbound, weaving recklessly as troopers closed in.
What's your 1020 now? I will, I'm going to get off the line.
Trooper Garrier executed a precise pit maneuver that spun the Lincoln out and ended the chase. Woodard surrendered without a fight. Paramedics checked the child, thankfully unharmed, before releasing them to a relative. Woodard admitted she fled because she was scared and driving on a suspended license. But running from the Florida Highway Patrol only made things worse. Another dangerous chase stopped. Another reminder: fleeing never ends well.